Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's Reddit stories are from Am I the Butthole? Our next post is by Bitter Research 2372. Am I the butthole for not wanting to give my wealthier sister the lion's share of the inheritance? Oh God, not one of these battles. Everybody being so selfish. This is how it goes. Yesterday, my parents sat me, 31 male, my two brothers, 32 and 34, and my sister, 41, down to discuss their will. My parents informed us that they want to split it 5 ways. My sister gets 2/5, while the 3 of us brothers get 1/5 each. Their reasoning is that my sister, quote, sacrificed, end quote, her childhood for our family, so it's only fair she gets compensated. In our childhood, my father's business partner screwed him over, so there was a period where we were broke and in debt. My parents had to work multiple jobs to keep us afloat, and my sister babysat us while our parents worked. All she had to do was feed us and keep an eye on us. We were pretty calm kids, so all we did was play games and do our homework. It probably wasn't thrilling, but not exactly a tremendous hardship. I complained to my parents along with my brothers that it's insane they want to give my sister 2/5 of the inheritance over that, especially since she's financially the best off out of all of us. She doesn't have any kids and a dual income with her partner. My parents said they're disappointed at us and said we need to reflect on ourselves. My sister didn't say anything while my parents spoke, but texted us afterwards that she had zero intention of taking 2/5, but that we were all jerks. Am I the butthole for feeling like this split is unfair? I would say yes. You have a definite bit of buttholery there. I'm going to read the comments first, then I'll share my thoughts on it. Top comment is by Swimming Critical. You're the butthole. Even if she just stayed at home while you were there, she didn't have teenage freedom and she made sacrifices and took on responsibilities. It doesn't matter how affluent she is now, your parents are trying to pay her back for what they couldn't pay her then. Soup Satire Sleep says, you're the butthole. Your failure to make as much as her isn't your parents' problem. Sierra Seawitch says, plus, those years could have been a major factor why she chose not to have kids and doesn't have kids yet. She already raised her siblings. You're the butthole. Underneath that, gotta be kittens me. But, OP and his brothers were totally calm. How dare anyone think that maybe, just maybe, babysitting 3 brothers 8 years her junior was actually much harder than any of them remember. I don't know if it's the same with anybody else, but I don't have a lot of memories. I have snippets and bits of memories from when I was under 10 years old, but most of my young childhood, I don't remember periods of time, things happening. I just remember events and going to the beach, and I don't imagine that these young 8-year-olds at the time can really remember how bothersome they really were. And what a fantastic thing she did for her family, honestly. I think she should get 2/5. And somebody said it up top, this is pretty much the parents paying her for those babysitting hours that she had to endure. She worked hard to make sure her brothers were taken care of when her parents couldn't do it. This girl deserves a medal. Our next story is by DC Purple Tart 33. Am I the butthole for hiding food from my boyfriend? So I'm 43, female, and my boyfriend is 44. We've been together for years and lived together. We don't have kids. We're very happy and have good communication. There is one issue that drives me nuts. We use a joint account to buy food for us, usually shopping together a few times a month and then one of us picking up things here and there. I cook dinner almost every night, and we don't eat a ton of junk, but occasionally I'll buy things we both love for a weekend or just to indulge here and there. The issue is that I go to bed on the early side and he stays up late and goes full ham on any junk food we have around on any given night of the week. I'm talking an entire family-size bag of chips and the entire container of queso gone in one sitting that I was saving for Friday margaritas. I want to make us root beer floats with a quart of ice cream and 2 liters of soda, and they were gone from shopping 2 days prior. He doesn't ever replace things. He just gives me a sheepish smile when I ask him where the rest of something is, knowing that he ate it all. So last night, after cleaning up the kitchen from dinner, I put all the candy and chips and anything shelf-stable in a different place where he wouldn't find them. He went ballistic after I went to bed that all the good food was gone, even though I had just cooked a nice dinner. I told him, welcome to my world, as this is constantly happening when I go to have anything that's been purchased. He said I was treating him like a child, and I said he was acting like one. I don't care that he indulges, but to literally finish off every bit of something that's been bought for us both to enjoy is getting really old. It's not a weight thing or a money thing. I just want him to leave maybe one portion for me, or maybe we can enjoy together. So until he can show some willpower, I told him I won't be keeping any junk food around for him to gorge on, unless it's something he's purchased from his own account. Part of me thinks this is just funny, which is why I might be the butthole, but I think he needs to figure out how to share, figure out how to not consume the entire lot in one sitting, or figure out how to buy his own treats. I would say not the bad guy here. I don't know, maybe you could instead get some Ziploc bags or some Tupperware and save a portion of it in your own container and say those are off limits. That would probably be the better way to do it instead of taking the entire thing. He's rude for doing what he's doing and acting like he's not acting like a child, because he is. But I think that you could fix this by doing Tupperware or Ziploc bags or the chips or something and portioning it out, saying this is for me, don't touch my stuff. If you want your own stuff, go out and buy it. I grew up with two brothers, and I definitely hid snacks around the house because they would just plow through it. They were like vacuum cleaners. My parents actually called my older brother the human vacuum cleaner because you would just give him things to eat and he would just eat everything. And he never gained a pound. This guy was rail thin his entire life. So my favorite snacks that my parents would occasionally buy us were called strawberry shortcake rolls. They were by Little Debbie, I think. And we would get a box of like 6 of them, and I would always take one and hide it somewhere. And then later in the week, I would have it. Whereas the next day, the rest of the box was gone between the two of them and their friends that they would invite over. Teenage boys are garbage disposals. They'll eat anything and everything. Our stories for today have come to a close. If you enjoy this content, please click like or subscribe or leave a comment below. Each of these helps my channel reach more people in the YouTube algorithm. Until we meet again, have a peerless day.